Welcome to Rise TV Podcast, man. Make sure y'all like and y'all subscribe and comment. And also, man, go get the book, Faith of an Unwanted Child. It's on Barnes and Nobles and Amazon. Go get you a copy, man. But let's get into it, man. I want to talk about Joe Budden and Noriega. And I was watching the interview, and basically, Joe Budden and Noriega was talking about like podcasting, and actually they was kind of like, making fun of the rappers, and now everybody wants to become a podcaster, YouTuber, and things like that because they're no longer getting money, like they used to. Back then, they shows wasn't, selling and things like that. So, they trying to do a different career into the social media. But me personally, right? See, you can't get mad at black folks, right? You can't get mad for tearing each other down. You have to understand is that 90% of black folks have the mentality with that Willie Lynch ladder. So it don't matter what you do, how you do it, you're gonna find somebody that's gonna tear you down, that's gonna hate, and they're gonna find a way to basically, discourage you from doing something to make money. But you have to have an attitude where ain't nothing wrong with trying. You never know where it's gonna go. Cause one thing I realize is that, man, we only have one life. We have one life to live. One life to live. So who really cares what somebody says about what you're doing on the internet and off the internet? Because one thing I realize is that none of this stuff can go with you. It can't go with you. So why does it matter what people are doing with their platform? Either they can go sell drugs, they can rob, kill, steal, it don't matter. You're going to find something to say about it. They doing something positive, you saying something about it. Just because you have an early start, Noriega and Joe Budden, doesn't mean that person is not going to succeed in their podcasting, YouTube channel, whatever social media platform that they have. That doesn't mean that they're not going to succeed. Because one thing I realize is that these famous rappers and actors, whoever, they have a fan base. So myself, I don't have a fan base. So I'm basically, I'm starting at the bottom and I'm working my way up. But I'm okay with that, right? Because I like starting at the bottom. So that way I can tell somebody and show people where I started. Just because you see 9 views and 10 views and 1 view, it's okay. It's okay. Because once you're doing things and you stay consistent with it, you're gonna win. Especially if you're doing it the right way. Because everybody is not going to sit up here and support you. Right? So you have to find people that's going to support you. So me personally, and I'm telling whoever's starting a podcast, YouTube channel, don't get discouraged because what you see somebody else's success is looking like. Don't get discouraged. You have to just stay consistent with doing what you're doing, and you're going to find the people that's going to support you. That's all that really matters. You're not going to have 20 million people that's going to support you like that, right? When you starting off, you're not going to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting hundreds of thousands and millions of people to come out and say, oh man, I really like that. If it does, great. But at the end of the day, man, I'm doing it the right way, the long way. Because I one thing I realize is that my character and my morals is so important than anything. I don't have to come on here and bash anybody. I don't have to come on here and talk about, people negative problems to hurt them even more to make myself look good. I don't have to do that, right? But I can acknowledge those problems and try to give the best opinion that I have on my platform, and go from there. But I won't tear them down, right? Because at the end of the day, people are still human beings. They're still human beings. But one thing I realized, if you chose to have your life on camera, man, you have to expect for people to say things and put it on their podcast. But that's what podcasting and that's what YouTube channels and social media are for. That's how they create content, by talking about people's problems. But people they're starting off, you have to be like that. You have to stay with it. Continue to talk about people's problems that they put on social media. You know what I mean? But again, you don't have to bash them to the point to make yourself look good in the worst way. You have enough people that's doing that, right? And at the end of the day, you know what I mean, as long as you stand respectable and consistent with your work, man, you're gonna be successful. I mean, it's enough money, enough people in this world. It's billions of people that's in the United States of America, right? So you're gonna find the people that's going to enjoy your content and the way you bring it. But don't get mad and discouraged because you have people like Joe Budden and Noriega, talking about podcasting. Because one thing I realized is that, man, they started from the bottom. And my thing is, what did you do to get to where you at? What makes you so good and qualified to be where you at right now versus somebody else? If we all doing the same thing and we talking about, somebody else, problems, what makes you so special just because you've been in there? Because the one thing I realize is that in order for anything to grow in life, you have to have people in the back end. So what are you doing? That'd be my question. What are you doing? Because everybody is on here talking about something. But it seems like it's a certain amount of people that's getting millions of dollars. What makes you qualified? If we're talking about the same thing and the way you bring it, it's nothing special. Honestly, what is so special about you speaking on somebody else's business? I don't see it. It don't take a rocket science to get on here and talk about people's problems. But unfortunately, just because you've been doing it for so long and got a lot of episodes out makes you qualified. Nah, it don't. That don't mean nothing. But again, we do have a lot of people that's willing to sell their soul to be on top. Just saying. So that's my message for people out here, man. Stay focused, don't give up, and stop listening to people that's going to be jealous, and hate and things like that, because they don't like competition. That's all it is. They don't like competition, and they see a lot of people, that's up and coming, that's with great content and great personality. So, and to the end, man, make sure y'all like and y'all subscribe, comment, and also, man, make sure you go get a copy. Faith of an Unwanted Child. It's on Barnes and Nobles and Amazon. And to the end, man, y'all be blessed.